welcome back, and I'm welcoming back Peter because we have two other gentlemen with us, Ben, and welcome, and Richie. But we were talking, what you're doing is absolutely fantastic, but what amazes me too is obviously there are some people with the disability where they don't actually have arms, but they're still able to dive.
Yeah, correct. Well, we don't dive, but it'd be involved in the immersion therapy program.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So,
but there are signals that are used
underwater?
Correct.
Well, I mean, there's some basic hand signals which would be recognised sort of around the world internationally with scuba diving, which we sort of incorporate. Some of them are the OK signals, so you know if we ask someone if they're okay.
But how do they manage if they
Well, of course, I mean, look, we started with Ben and we sort of went with blinking eyes, didn't we? Batting eyelids or
nodding the head.
Nod the head, yes, or no. So we'd ask Ben if he's okay and he'd tell us.
But you have arms, Ben, so sorry to interrupt you, Peter.
I've got no dexterity in my fingers, so I can't move them.
Actually, yeah.
So I can't actually create a thumb up or a thumb down or an OK, it's all the same.
Can I ask you why this has happened to you?
I had an accident in the end of December 2013. I jumped into the river, Murray Bridge, and the water was just too shallow. Yeah, so I dived in head first, the back of my head hit the ground, my eyes hit my chest, broke my C5 vertebrae, which left me paralysed pretty much from the chest down.
But and obviously you love the water, so this is something that you can do that you really enjoy.
Yeah, most definitely. Like prior to the accident, I lived in the water, always down the river or in the sea surfing.
Wow.
And now I can be back in the water.
Yeah. You
know, getting a hydrotherapeutic benefit.
And the social aspect as well.
Yeah, social, everything. Obviously. Everyone's good lads, even Pete.
Well done. And Richie, to involve you, welcome to the program too. Can I ask you your story too?
Yeah, so I fell off a motorbike probably about 14, 15 months ago now. So yeah, it's sort of still reasonably fresh.
Yes.
But yeah, and sort of lucky enough to be a part of this program during the start. And
it sounds like an amazing support group.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
what you're doing is wonderful.
Like Ben said, you know, just the people.
Yeah.
Great bunch of people.
And obviously, Malcolm was talking to before, Brendan and Tim. Tim has done some amazing things.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just opening a whole new world, isn't it, really? What you're doing, Peter, for these guys is just tremendous.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do it for themselves. I mean, I've just tried to create the opportunity for them to take.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, it's their decision to be involved.
When did you start this?
Well, technically, we sort of officially started with Ben perhaps 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's...
Fantastic. So, tell me, who pays for all of it? How do you get funding for this?
Well, that's the tricky part. So, in the beginning, I used some of my money that I received as a disability payment from Return to Work or Work Cover, which I received after my accident, and I dedicated that to initiating this program. And I can tell you what, with my wife down the first night we got Ben in the water on his 21st birthday, there was some pretty easy flowing tears there, and we thought it was all worth that. And then we've just met the rest of the crew and moved on, and things have gone from strength to strength. We are relying heavily though for people that are unfunded through donations. So we've obviously made connections with Return to Work, LSA, which Richie's a member of, and they're actually funding or going to fund Richie's participation.
Right.
But people like Ben, unfortunately, don't have access to that, and that was always an issue.
And is there, so like for somebody like me and for our people at home, is there some way then if they would like to donate?
Yes, definitely.
That they can do that?
So if you go to our website, which is www.determine2.com.au, there's a couple of easy in-your-face buttons there for donations.
Right.
And that's actually not a donation to us as a company, but to Disability Recreation.
Like somebody like Ben?
Well, it goes to Disability Recreation and Sports, which is a local non-for-profit, and which Ben is a member of.
Okay.
And through that, he can stay included in immersion therapy through that funding.
Wow.
We've also got Give It a Goes, which is for people that want to come down and try this program that don't necessarily want to go scuba diving but think this looks fun and like a really cool thing to do.
Water.
Yeah, and we've got a lady coming in to do it for her 60th birthday in a couple of weeks. Her and 9 friends, and we're basically not charging people, but we're asking that they make a $50 donation or more to Disability Recreation and Sports. So it's a charity, and again, so they'll actually make a donation which will support people like Ben through the program, and they'll also get to come and do something really cool.
So how often would you guys actually do this?
At the start, I was going once a week.
Yeah.
I've got uni commitments, so I've had to drop off a bit, unfortunately.
Okay.
And
Richie, how often?
Yeah, I pretty much try and do it once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I guess
good bit
the
of
more
therapy.
time that you can do it, the better it is for you.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
very beneficial.
Like mentally as well as physically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely physically huge.
Wow. Well, this is just incredible. I think you've come in and you've shown us all this equipment, and I mean, who you pay for this too, or is it?
Well, again, I've got some sponsors in Australian Underwater Products or Submerged Nation as well, which is a magazine, the diving community. Yeah. And they supply Australia with diving equipment. They're one of the biggest distributors. So I went to them at first. They kind of thought I was crazy with what I was trying to do.
Oh, really?
But I kept pitching them and kept showing them nice photos of Ben and what we were trying to achieve. And they came to the party. So we ended up with about $18,000 worth of equipment for about $6,000.
So again, if we've got anybody out there that can obviously sponsor you as well with equipment, anything that you need would be amazing.
Yep.
So we wish you luck, you guys. I think it's amazing. How many people do you have? How many of you?
It grows every day. We took a group of 40 people applied last week.
Really?
One group from one organisation. We had the birthday party. There's 10 people there.
Yep.
And we've got about 15 people actively involved in the program of immersion therapy, but we've really only launched in the last couple of weeks where people can actually apply.
Oh, right. But as you said, you started this
about 6 months ago. But that 6 months has been actually making sure that Tim tells us that we're doing the right thing. Brendan tells me I'm doing the right thing, and we've also got another instructor, Andrew Carney,
right?
And with the medical people at the Royal Adelaide Hospital, Dr. David Wilkinson. It's actually important to mention him because he's been an integral part to this. So as long as those guys are happy, and of course the participant, I call them the development team.
The development team.
Which is Ben, Richie, Tim and Jocelyn, who couldn't be on here unfortunately on the show. The Somersault Queen, you'll see her from the Facebook and website. Making sure that all those guys were happy, that other people could come in, and we're like I said, we've just reached that now.
What's your goal though for this? Do you have is there somewhere that where do you see yourself?
National, national, definitely. We're trying to get in with a National Disability Insurance Scheme. And I've met with some of the officials involved with that, and they're really supportive. So our idea is to build this program, which doesn't exist.
No.
And it's not just for people with disabilities. I have to say, this program is just for anybody. It just happens to be something that guys like Ben and Richie can do as well. So it's
come along and join in the fun.
It's an inclusive program. So and like I said, that's all it is fun. So and therapy. Like I said. It's got to have the benefit.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for coming in and talking to us, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
And over to Malcolm.
So, have you been underwater with any of that stuff?
No, it's felt like it. I've played the underwater music.
You did. It was great to have you on the program, to be our band in the corner.
Yes.
With 52 instruments. Oh, no, there's more than that in the notes, isn't it?
This is 88 keys.
There you go, 88 instruments we had.
I was thrown in the deep end. But
boom, boom.
That felt like water. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can't think of any funny things to say now. Janice, that was fascinating, wasn't it? And one of the things we didn't talk about. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, but I think it's absolutely amazing what Peter's doing. I mean, it's for those people. It must be such a joy.
And support. We need to support people like that.
Yeah, we do.
But one of the things I was saying, and you were asking about using the hand signals and things, was in that mask.
Yes.
They've got microphones inside, and they can actually talk inside. So if they can't do the "I'm okay, mate," or I'm
nodding, which they were doing, they just talk into the mask.
But being underwater, the sensation of wanting to breathe is you have to block it out completely.
See, I've never done that.
Some people really freak out. But you see, it's like playing the keyboard, or it's like suddenly being on television. You haven't done that before. No. It's like, oh, hello, what's all this about? It's been an interesting program for you.
Yeah. It has. I haven't been on television before either.
Oh, so probably never again either.
Apart from Funniest Home Videos, of course.
Boom, boom, yes, of course. You haven't changed a lot since then, really? It's just the glasses.
Yes.
His Harry Potter glasses.
There we go. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, it is.
Still young.
It is. The thing is, though, and I'm not saying this because you're here, but I think you're going to be one of the great Australians of the future musically. I think both in composition, but also in a cabaret area. I think you've got a great deal of potential there. So it's going to be interesting to watch this boy grow. Maybe you could come back next week and play for a bit more for us again.
Yes, I could.
Could you? Okay, well, we might do that.
We've enjoyed having you here, Josh.
Thank you
very
I've
much.
enjoyed being here. It's
Thank
been
you.
wonderful.
And folks, we'd love you to join us on Facebook and just find out what's on the show next week and the time after and whenever. Join us, become a friend, and you can find out a little bit more about the people that are on Facebook, and we'll leave some information about the water immersion or the immersion. 'Cause
Yes.
what else could you be immersed in?
Mud?
Happiness.
Jelly?
But listen, why don't we just let you play us out, Josh? Play something clever.
Sure. I'm playing Beethoven.
See you next time on Ad Time. Keep yourself nice till then.